Today we're going to be talking about some of the most crazy creatures ever. Dragons that are still alive today. Parasitic catfish. And Mr. Blob. You guys ready? Well, this is Animals Live, so stay tuned for the rest of the episode and you'll hear about these amazing 3 creatures that are not well known.
Owen in the wild, let's go. Animals Live with Explorer Owen going around filming live. You may think that this is a podcast, but this is more like an oddcast. An oddcast. Yeah, the real oddcast.
This is Animals Live, so stay tuned for the rest of the episode. Alright guys, welcome to Animals Live. This is the first episode of a series of an oddcast. You may think this is more of a podcast, but I've called this an oddcast because we're not going to be in a studio like a normal oddcast. We're going to be out here in the wild talking about uncommon animals. Yes, so welcome to Animals Live, an oddcast run by Explorer Owen. Alright, so let's get into it. First thing we're going to be talking about is the dragon snake. Dragon snake, you're like, what is that? It's not well-known snake, very rare to see. It is actually in southeastern Asia. Lives in the swamps and rice paddies down there and stuff, I guess you call them. It eats pretty much a lot of things. Most water snakes do. It eats, as I should say, frogs, tadpoles, and fish. But it's very weird because this snake has the best defense mechanism ever. You might like this dragon snake. What does it look like? It literally looks like a real dragon. Okay, guys, can we get a picture thrown up here so they can see a dragon snake? Okay, thank you. All right, now you can see the picture there. Now you may think this snake is venomous. This snake is actually not venomous. You're like, what? Yes, this snake is actually not venomous. This snake has the best defense mechanism, I think, ever. This snake actually makes its body so stiff that you can pick it up like a stick. You can pick it up in the middle and it's a stiff snake. Like you can't do anything. It's like a stick. Yeah, that is really strange. I've never seen a snake. I've never heard of this snake before. It's the first time I've ever heard this snake. So, yeah. Alright. And it's also really weird that the snake has to stay in the 70 degrees Fahrenheit. You may think, what? Yeah, so this snake has to stay from like 70 to 77 degrees to survive, and that is a very small window for a snake there. Yeah, here in the United States it would not survive. Maybe if you lived in the desert, but even then it would get too hot. It gets cold at night. Alright, the dragon snake has been talked about. Time to go into one of the hardest subjects yet, actually. This fish I'm going to be talking about almost lives a mile down. 2,000 to 4,000 feet down in the ocean. You're like, wow. Yes. Now, this fish lives in the waters of New Zealand and Australia. Yes. This fish is called the blob fish. I call it Mr. Blob. Yes. Mr. Blob here looks like a blob. Let's throw a picture up of the blob fish here. Okay, yeah, you can see it there. It literally looks like a blob. You're like, this guy is really weird. He is an ambush predator. He sits in the bottom of the ocean there and waits for anything to come by. He eats fish and crabs and sea urchins even. Imagine eating a sea urchin. Spikes sticking out of your mouth there through your cheeks. I'm like, oh, wow. That would be very, very bad. But yes, Mr. Blob there. And this fish is so remarkable that it is not well known. You're like, how can that be? Well, a lot of people do not know about this fish because it lives so far down there, and it's a camouflage predator. It's an ambush. That means it sits there, and a lot of people don't see it. And that is the reason it's not well known. And I want to share these animals because I want to tell you that this new oddcast is going to be talking about some of the most weirdest, not well-known creatures on the planet. We're also going to be talking about common animals too. But today is the first episode, so thank you guys for watching, and subscribe and like this video, and write a comment about what you think about these creatures. Alright, here we go. The last thing I have on is going to be one of the longest things to talk about. It is going to be about a catfish that lives in the Amazon. Yes, it lives in the Amazon rainforest down there in the basins and stuff. It's really weird. I don't know how to say this word. This fish I'm going to be talking about is called the kangaroo catfish. If that's not how you say it, please write in the comments down below how you say that, because I'm not sure how to say that. But this is a tiny parasitic catfish. It's freshwater. It lives in the water and stuff, in the swamps in the Amazon rainforest and stuff. This is insane. So this supposedly what I've heard and read about this fish, that it actually shows that this parasitic catfish is so tiny. That's why it's called parasitic catfish. It also gets in other animals too. This is a very weird fish. I've actually never heard of this fish before, because I can't even pronounce it. Well, what they eat is very interesting, because what they eat is just like regular fish eat, just tiny things. They eat whatever they decide. You know, catfish, they clean the bottom. Well, they clean the inside of your body out if they get in there, and other animals. And they also clean the bottom of the river and stuff too. All catfish do that. They're cleaners. That's why catfish, they have a lot of catfish in tanks sometimes, because they will clean the bottom of the tank or whatever. Yeah, so this has been very fun, and we have decided to add another segment into Animals Live. Animals Live has decided to add some segment besides talking about some weird animals. We have decided to do something. This segment is going to be where we're gonna ask you questions, and write in the comments below what you think the answers are. And what you're gonna do is write what kind of weird animal or not well-known animal, an animal that's not well known, in the comments, and we'll see if we can talk about that animal that you want to talk about. So yeah, we'll see about that. And maybe it'll be an episode, the animal you wanted. So, yeah. Alright, this is a question about today's episode. What was the fish that lived in the waters of Australia and New Zealand? We're going to give you a couple of seconds here. We're going to give you 10 seconds. Timer starts now. Alright, good job there, guys. It was Mr. Blob, the blobfish. Alright, good. Next question here. What kind of food does the dragon snake eat? Alright, 10 seconds. Alright, good job, guys. Good job. Alright, you were right. It was small fish, tadpoles, and frogs. Good one. And the last one. This is gonna be very weird, guys. The last fish I can't even say. What about this? Where does this parasitic catfish live? Alright, 10 seconds up. Good job, lives in the Amazon. Alright, if you want to go look up these creatures for yourself, we will put the names of them in the comments below for you so you can find them, and on the screen here. So yeah, thank you for watching Animals Live. Stay up and keep exploring. We'll see you on the next Animals Live episode, guys. Well, this has been a fun one. I've never heard of any of these animals before, so this is really fun for me to learn about these animals for you guys. Alright. Keep those comments coming in so we can put your animal in this next Animals Live episode. Well, guys, see you later. Thank you for watching. This is Animals Live.